Libra, welcome to your Moving On reading. For those of you who are new to the channel, moving on is exactly what it sounds like. It's a reading dedicated towards the principles of moving on. Moving forward, making progress in, but the opposite of stuck. Let's put it that way. You know, we all get stuck from time to time. And a thought, a belief, a feeling, a practice, habit, where we find ourselves over and over again in a situation, place, circumstance, person, relationship, career, you name it. We need to make progress. And we don't feel like we're making progress. So, moving on. And I never know what I'm going to see. It could be a wide variety of things too. I'm just starting to see these things, therefore act on it. Give me a minute, okay? To, I am well on my moving on journey, and in fact, it's almost done. Woohoo! Sometimes I do see those, and those are great, but most people are somewhere in between. And we need a little help from getting unstuck. That being said, moving on is not everybody's cup of tea. It's pickup day, hence the heavy diesel engines that you're hearing. You know, it's not everybody's cup of tea because it does require a hard look at the self as opposed to, say, a soft lens. What am I doing or not doing? What am I seeing, not seeing? What am I feeling, not feeling? What am I thinking, not feeling? So on and so forth. But the idea is that we are the common denominator, therefore the solution's within us. As opposed to pointing outwards, we point inwards. Okay, makes sense? So like I said, it's not everybody's reading type. If it's not, that's cool. No offense taken. Okay? This is really for those people who practice traditional tarot and they want the spiritual influence. They want to see themselves in a different light so they can make changes accordingly. Or get confirmation that they're on the right track. Okay? But it can be challenging, even for experienced tarot readers and people who view tarot. Okay? There you go. So, take it resonates, leave it does not. If you find yourself becoming frustrated, upset, or frankly pissed off, pause it, watch it later, don't watch it at all. All tarot, like YouTube, is at will, free will. You don't have to watch anything you don't want to. That's it. And I don't want you to watch anything that upsets you because you will take nothing from it. There you go. If you are becoming upset, 1, you're trying to force the reading to fit and it clearly doesn't. Just because it says Libra in the title doesn't mean it's for you. These are general collectives, not one-to-one private. Okay? It may not fit you, and that's fine. That's normal. Check your other placements. Or you might be becoming upset because it resonates and you don't want it to. And you're seeing yourself in it and you didn't expect to. Okay? There you go. Again, pause it, watch it later. Don't watch it at all. All right, what's going on, please, for Libra? Moving on. Show me that Libra energy, please. Show me that Libra energy. But regardless of what I see, to the degree and depth and so on and so forth, I'm not judging you. Not telling you what to do. All I can do is point out what's there. Okay? And yeah, sometimes we get advice along the way, if we're so lucky. I saw this quote the other, comment the other day that clearly somebody's not very familiar with tarot. It's like, well, you told me everything that's wrong, but you didn't tell me what to do. Honey, that's not why I'm here. The idea is to empower you so you can see for yourself and then make your own decisions accordingly. That's it. Sometimes, though, I can see amazing things, guys. What's going on, please, for Libra? What's going on, please, for Libra? And typically, I will see solutions in as much as people are prepared for solutions. You know? Because, again, I don't tell you what's up, you tell me what's up. And if you started thinking about solutions, I'll see it. If you haven't, I won't. All right. Everything begins with the self. King of Swords. Oh, your mind's already activated. So you're already showing me awareness that you're holding on to something and you're not pleased with this. Okay. What do I do about it? Okay. Great. So we're already off to a good start. All right. Feelings to confront. Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing as we speak. Or we've had enough time to reflect on something. Hidden energies. 3 of Pentacles. Strengths. 2 of Swords. I'm going to push on you about that. 10 of Wands. Interesting. Lessons you must learn before you proceed. Unnecessary burdens. Okay. Let's see that outcome. 5 of Pentacles. I see you breaking. Sometimes we must break in order to understand how to fix ourselves or a situation. Sometimes we must let the cards fall. No pun intended. It's already on this King of Swords mind. Okay. All right, Let's see what you've been thinking about, honey. Let's do it. Show me that King of Swords. 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 What's he thinking about? Temperance, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. You've had a growing imperative need within you to concentrate on yourself and to heal yourself as a singular individual without any influence. None. This is straight up across the board. One person, one mind, one experience, one thought, this is one person across the board. And it's been growing 7 to 9. How we have felt stuck in our own sense of personal growth. That we have not been able to achieve personal growth in a long time. And this is something we need to reflect upon with temperance. What's been keeping us feeling stuck from growing? You want to fix this, you want to correct this, you want to feel more like your own person, your own man, your own woman. And you want to do so in the way that's compassionate and healing towards yourself. But you want it to serve a purpose. You want to grow into yourself without any sort of outside influence. So that already kind of tells me you're used to taking in influence. For some reason you're emphasizing, I don't want influence. I want to do this myself. Why is that so important to you? Are you used to being influenced by others, their opinions, their thoughts, their feelings? And you want to rely on yourself in this respect? What are you holding on to that keeps you from being you? Show me this Four of Pentacles. That's a lot of individual growth, self-assessment. I'm all for it. I am all for it. I say peace be with you. It's an excellent journey. It is taking time. But you haven't felt the fullness of it. Something's holding you back. Show me this Four of Pentacles, please. Show me this Four of Pentacles. What are you holding on to that keeps you from being you? Show me this Four of Pentacles. Show me that Four of Pentacles, please. What impedes your growth? Eight of Swords, I cannot see. Queen of Wands, the Devil. Well, that's a big blind spot. That's a big damn blind spot. That's a big damn blind spot, honey. I see you trying to map out personal growth for yourself. And by the way, someone is critically, horribly attached to you. Other than that, Christina, you know, I've been doing a lot of work on myself. Is that it? Yeah. That hit me funny in so many ways. When I put down your cards, you're showing me massive, or rather the will to have massive growth as a singular individual, as your own person. Like I said, your own man, your own woman. Being comfortable in your own mind, your own body, your own sense of experience. And your ability to heal yourself. You're like, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. So, huge emphasis there on independence. But I see you holding on to something. I'm like, okay. What? Because by all rights, at that level, you should have accomplished it by now. It's a major kind of blind spot that keeps you from being, whatever that last layer of skin is that you need to shed so you can be your own independent person. It's kind of a substantial one. It's a substantial layer. I would call it the final layer, maybe. It's your biggest blind spot, the one that you say, that's not a problem. What you are trying to grow into, which is yourself, requires you, for the Libra I'm looking at, to grow out of something else. Okay? It's the one thing that you need to pass the test on, is the part that you're ignoring the most. I don't need to get rid of that. That's not the issue. It's me. It's me. I'm the one that needs growth. I'm the one who needs to level up. That's not a problem, is it? Because it kind of looks like a problem. A big one. It's kind of like you're saying, I can grow in my own time. That's a whole other, that's not an issue at all. That doesn't impede my growth as a person. I'm not poorly attached to it, and it's not poorly attached to me. No codependency there. Don't even look at it. Eight of Swords. Don't worry about it. What? That's not an issue. So it's kind of like you're saying, I need to do this massive growth on my own. I see myself as a strong, independent, capable person who is patient, compassionate, and kind to myself and others. Cool. Just don't look at that, though, because that completely nullifies this whole experience up there. You want to, let me use simple language. You want to be free of this, but you're not acknowledging that. You seem to think it's just a you issue. If you grow into you more, this won't be a problem. No. What you're doing, whether you know it or not, is that you're trying to prepare yourself to be more of an individual. So I think eventually you will have the strength within you to turn around and face this and say, I don't need you anymore. I've outgrown you. I don't think you know that you're doing this. I don't. I'm convinced you don't. Because when I tell you that's a big damn blind spot, that's exactly what it is. And this is someone else. I'm not, let me make this clear, I'm not doing a them or they. They're here. Whoever they are, I don't care about them. I care about how you perceive the attachment. You say it's not an issue. It is. I'm not holding on to that. That's nothing to hold on to. There's no dependency issues here at all. This is falseness. If you have to keep yourself blind to the subject, why? You might still be attracted to them. It could be that you associate them with poor temperament. That I could interpret it that way. Or someone who is adamant about their attachment to you. You're like, don't look at that. That's not even an issue. Yes, it is. You are trying to grow into someone who is independent of this. But you don't see it that way. Like I said, you probably see it as a you problem, right? I just need to grow up. I just need to become a stronger person. It has nothing to do with that attachment. Honey, where do you think this growth spurt came from? Because you still want to keep this, or because you don't? You almost had me. I was like, oh, look at you go. Look at that Libra. Wow. But there is something here I couldn't see about that sense of independence. It's so strong. I am my own man. I am my own woman, except for that one thing. Don't look at that. But other than that, I'm awesome. Yes, you are. When I don't look at that ugly thing attached to you. So it's not just you growing up. You want to grow out of that. Okay? I don't care how old you are. Don't take it as an insult. I don't care if you're 20 or 60. You're never too old to grow up. That's the truth of it. You know? Age guarantee is nothing. And for the Libra I'm looking at, over time, somehow, you have really managed to become stronger and more independent, but then you shove that off like it's not important. That's what you're actually trying to grow out of. You don't need this attachment, but you still say you do. Kind of runs contrary to your opening principle, doesn't it? No, it's not just a you problem. All this growth and strong sense of self was likely born out of your need to shed yourself of that fun.
4 p.m.
Thank you. All this massive growth you did as an individual, it's not going to mean much if you don't shed that last layer of skin. I saw the most stupid ass backwards comment the other day, and that's coming from somebody who's used to the Four of Pentacles and the Devil, clearly from their point of view. Why do you talk about codependency like it's a bad thing? Is it so bad to need each other? Do you know the definition of codependency and dependency versus need? No, it's not a good attachment, boo-boo. I'm guessing you're that person that gets it, whoever they were. You're that person who kind of aligned yourself up with people who can provide your needs, but you kind of helpless and don't do a damn thing for yourself. That's codependency. It's one of the many forms it can take. No, this is not good. It's a blind spot to your otherwise excellent growth. I already kind of know what it is that you are meant to move forward from. Do you? Just here? On these first couple of cards? And just so we're clear, this is still in your life. It's not separated from you. You still give something of yourself to it. But you're saying, it doesn't count though. It doesn't count in my newly formed state of independence. That's something else. In fact, it's not a problem. Don't look at it. Let's see that Wheel of Fortune. Feelings you need to confront. Let's take a look at that. Show me that Wheel of Fortune. Show me that Wheel of Fortune. I think that's a big damn blind spot for somebody who's done that level of growth. I don't know how you managed to do that. I don't know how you managed to build yourself up as such a strong-minded, secure individual and then have something so insecure attached to you and then act like you can't see it. That's literally of two minds. I'm not looking at Gemini, I'm looking at Libra. What the heck is going on? Although you might have some strong Gemini in your chart. And it's not an insult to Gemini. They just have that power of mind. If they want to turn things around and look at things in their favor, that's a Gemini power, okay? Let's see that Wheel of Fortune, please. Feelings you need to confront. Show me that. Show me that. The feelings you need to confront. Show me that. The Wheel of Fortune, please. Feelings we need to confront. What about it? Eight of Cups, Six of Wands, the Moon. Boo-boo, you walked away from this shit, whatever this was, a long time ago. You don't acknowledge it at all. You have not confronted those. That's why it's under your feelings to confront categories, because we have not confronted this at all, and this happened some time ago. So that Wheel of Fortune stopped spinning a long time ago in this particular respect. Whatever it is, you emotionally checked the fuck out a long time ago. Your confidence for this situation is nowhere to be seen because you have no confidence in it. It has no confidence in you. The only time I see you strong is when you reflect on yourself and how far you have come and how much you have cultivated, the patience and kindness you show others, maybe to yourself, but when it comes to the situation, you're not firm with it at all. You have all these expectations piled on you on the kind of man or woman that you consider yourself to be, but you don't give the situation that's attached to you the same sort of reference at all. You treat it completely differently. Well, you emotionally checked out of this a long time ago. And just the feeling of walking away from it, you don't dare admit to yourself that it would feel good. You don't dare. It would feel good to really exit this. Oh, no, can't think that. That's a bad thought. Bad thought. Ah. It's not that it's bad. It's honest. It's an honest thought. It's an honest feeling. I'm not poorly attached to this. It's not poorly attached to me. It doesn't even count. It's all a me problem. I just need to make myself stronger. Honey, you've been building yourself up. You know that, right? So you can shed yourself of this, but you don't see it that way, or somehow you lost the interpretation or the goal of it. It's almost stubborn. It's stubbornly insisting that this isn't the issue, or it's not a concern. It is. You know? I'm going to put it this way. Bodybuilding. You know what that is? I think a lot of people know because it's so visually outstanding. A lot of people understand what bodybuilding is. So imagine, let's say you start going to the gym with the intention of bodybuilding. Like you're intense, right? You put in 7 days a week. 2, 3, 4 hours every day. Bodybuilding. You build that muscle meticulous. You carefully craft and cultivate your micronutrients and your macronutrients, and you build that muscle and you build that, you build the discipline, and you build and you build and you build, and you're seeing gains, and you got your measurements, and you can see all the progress you've made. You can literally chart it out. Okay, you know, let's say you get down to ketosis every day and you do all this work, all that work that adds up, and let's say you are built, you are stacked, and you always intended to go to competition. Let's say it's the day of competition and you don't show. That's what you're showing me. You did all this work, and the thing that you're supposed to show up for, you're not showing up for it. I honestly believe, the Libra I'm looking at, you have methodically gone out of your way to build yourself up, to train yourself up for independence, and when it came time for competition, or to do the thing, to do the deed, you did a no-show. And you keep saying it's not a problem. What was all that work for? Because you're building that as we speak. This is current active. This is live energy, and you've been building it. 7, 9, that takes a minute. Plus temperance, you have a strong mind. You have a lovely, strong form. I don't know why that's coming through, but you do. It's strong, but endurance. Some of you might compete. Actually, I keep getting that endurance. High levels of stamina. I can do this. You're a long hauler. Right? You know how to pace your energy accordingly throughout the day. Like that. But when it comes to this one, like, you know what I concluded about that situation, Christina? I don't need to show up to competition for that. It was just me. I just needed to work on me. Oh, I feel so much better. We're just going to keep ignoring that one thing. The reason why I started going to the gym in the first place is to literally make myself stronger. I'm saying this metaphorically. To get myself stronger so I can separate myself from this. But you know what? Turns out I don't need to. Isn't that great? That works out really well. I don't want to be here. Nope, can't admit that to myself. Nope. The idea of walking away from this makes me feel really good. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. See, it's just a me problem. I need to get more disciplined. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's see that 3 of Pentacles, please, in the hidden energies. What's going on there? And you're going to do all that work. I want you to show the hell, not show off, but I mean, I want you to show up for the thing that it was intended for. Do you know how beautiful that is? You're patient too. You're very patient. Patient. You're so patient. Where is that coming from? Yes, you're very patient. You're so very patient. You're so very patient. You've been told that, but you have a steady hand. I know. I can see that. It's right here. Steady mind, steady hand, steady form. You have a lovely, steady pace of physical energy, too. You know how to take care of that. But when it comes to exerting real discipline where it counts, all this energy to show up for the thing that you were supposed to compete for, you're like, no, I don't need to do that. You're so very patient. That sounds very specific. I don't know why. All right, let's see that 3 of Pentacles, please. Let's see that 3 of Pentacles. Daisies. I don't know why I'm seeing daisies. Daisies, it denotes spring. Daisies are the ultimate representation of spring, specifically April, May. So we're talking Taurus season might be important to some of you. Daisies, what else are they associated with? I think that's one of their flowers. Everybody has a flower, everybody has a color, everybody has a stone. Taurus is daisies. So April, May might be important to you for some reason. I'm trying to think. Daisy chains, daisy. I don't know. You sing daisies. I don't know. Let's see that 3 of Pentacles, please. 3 of Pentacles, please, in the hidden energies. The 6 of Cups, the Hanged Man, the 8 of Pentacles. I have someone here in your hidden energies that they don't have to be hidden. They could help you. And you have not made up your mind on that subject either, but it's a different kind of subject. There's someone here who could help you. They could absolutely help you. But you are kind of refusing to acknowledge them at this time. You're saying you need more perspective on that subject. If you're going to work with them, you want to work with them. And that you want to be able to put some good energy into it. You've made that clear. But you're saying now is not the time to approach that. But you'd like to. I don't know who or what that is to you. It seems to be separate from this particular dynamic. Okay? But it looks bare minimum like a very strong friendship. One that you can confide in and help work through things with. They look like a really excellent support system, or they could be. But you're saying Hanged Man, 8 of Pentacles. I need more perspective about realistically what I can put into that before I approach it. Okay? That's fine, and it's honest. But that hidden energy doesn't have to be hidden. I don't know who that is, but they look like a lovely ally. Someone whom you have a strong connection with. Shared memories, shared feelings, unique connection. They're saying they could help you. But then you said, I'm not doing anything with that until I have more perspective about contribution, what I could actually do with it. Okay. Then perhaps don't think of it like that. Maybe, how could they help you or give you good influence? They look like a good positive resource, you know? Because this looks like something you could use more support with, not less. But you're saying that has to wait, like it's a separate thing? I don't know. Maybe you don't want to get that person involved unless you absolutely have to. Or maybe you're saying that's a whole other construction project for another day. I don't see it that way. I see it as someone who could potentially help you. It doesn't look judgmental to me. It doesn't. It looks like somebody who has pretty solid advice. And that you have some sort of working familiarity with. Two of Swords is in your strengths. I can test that. I don't know what to do is not a strength. Blindness is not a strength. You see, we're being blind to an issue. You can kind of already see how that's worked against you, right? Putting things off, procrastination, it's not a strength because it just allows that blindness to be more so. But I'm curious. Let's clarify and let's see if I can get a better understanding of what you mean by that. And that's if it resonates with you. Two of Swords as his strength. Show me that. The Tower. Two of Swords. Two of Cups. It's almost like you're saying, you know what, Christina, if I remain blind to the whole situation, I don't have to address it. That is nonsense. This is where I'm going to have to push back on you. I'm sorry. That's nonsense. It's kind of like if I don't address it, Christina, I don't have to deal with it. I don't think I've ever seen it that blunt before. Now, don't get me wrong. People have these backwards thinking all the time. Well, if I just lie to myself, then maybe it's true. Five of Swords. If I just avoid it, I won't have to deal with it. Seven of Swords. You're telling me, you know what, as long as I don't address this, then I don't have to address it. Woo! Go me! Two of Swords twice. Two of Cups. The Tower. If I don't have to address my feelings on the subject, then I don't have to deal with any of it. So, hey, don't ask, don't tell. You don't want to know the real feelings about this from whoever's in there with you with that devil energy, okay? The one that might be a little demanding or coercive or see things my way. This is the one who I believe you built yourself up towards in order to disentangle yourself from it, not become further enmeshed in it. Okay? And if we don't reveal our true feelings on it, and you don't towards them, hey, ignorance is bliss. I don't think I've ever seen it that blunt before. I can kind of see where you've defaulted towards it as a strength, that if you just don't address it, you don't have to deal with the fallout. So here's the thing about those towers, guys. They have a way of coming true whether we like it or not. And the more we ignore it or push back on it, eventually it's going to push back on us or put us in a position where we can't ignore it anymore. So it's better the tower you know than the tower you don't. It's better to have the tower that you can address of your own free will and say, this is what's been going on with me. This is what's been in my mind and my heart. What say ye? Than to do nothing at all and it blows up in your face one day. We don't want that. We don't want that. That's when the moon stuff comes crashing in. Then you realize the severity of your Eight of Cups and how it's been like that with the Wheel of Fortune for some time, and it has not changed. All that comes crashing in. About how I feel a little bit too attached to you in all the wrong ways, and I built myself up strongly to detach from you, and guess what? I didn't do that. Whatever this is not strong with you. Whatever it is would have you be weak to stay attached to it. Which means whatever that is has not done the same level of work you have. But here's the thing. It's like you did all that work, like I said, just to not show up to competition, Libra. So what was the point? Do you not see how beautiful you are? Do you not see how strong you are? Just to be relegated to some thing that would have you stay attached to it, even though you're clearly so much better than it. Might as well stop beating around the bush. Whatever that is, you surpassed it a long time ago. But you keep it around you like you're trying to accommodate it. You don't want to hurt its feelings. It's like you built yourself up just to keep yourself attached to something that would have you be torn down. To tell you don't go to competition. You're not good enough or whatever. Anything that keeps you knocked down to where it is. Why? What was all that for? It's almost like it bullies you. I don't... Then you say, oh, God, just thinking about leaving it, Christina. Shit, I'm not supposed to do that. Says who? Ignorance isn't always bliss, guys. What I say all the time. If we acknowledge our bullshit, we'd have to deal with it. So a lot of people don't want to acknowledge their bullshit. You built yourself up so strongly so you could acknowledge and deal with this bullshit just to have it shut down on you. That's not a strength. I want someone to meet you where you are, not pull you back down. I still don't know what the hell that is to you. But it's got you convinced that you can't leave it or that you need it. And like I said, that's a hell of a blind spot. Visually, you look like this. Or, look how fast I am. Look how far I can run. Look how much, weight I can press, whatever. But when it comes to this situation, okay, stop looking at me. I can go back to being me now. I don't like that. Ten of Wands, what you need to confront, or I'm sorry, lessons you need to learn before you can move on. Let's see that Ten of Wands. Show me that Ten of Wands. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like it. You know, people who go really far, let's say, to take it out of the exercise thing, they go really far in their education. They're like maybe 6 months away from finishing their PhD. Then they don't. And you're like, why? Just finish it. Get the license. Get whatever it is you're trying to do. You're so close. And you're like, well, this, that, and the other. And I was talking to so-and-so, and I thought, and then they said, and then I did, and then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's for me. After how many years? That's some devil bullshit. You built yourself up to deal with this. I want you to do what you intended to do, is my point. Finish your degree. Go to competition. I don't know what else the hell to tell you. Why does that feel like it's on standby? Okay. Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands twice the Four of Pentacles. Jesus. Okay. Look, man. Look. Just because you got used to carrying the weight of an unstable foundation doesn't mean you were supposed to do that indefinitely. You got into this habit and somebody asked you to stay there. You tell me how that's love. If whatever, I don't know if it's a spouse, I'm not trying to say it like that. I'm just saying whatever this is desperately has you stay in it. And you agree to it. You acquiesce to it. Because without you, there wouldn't be stability. It's because you carry the weight of the whole fucking thing. Wait for that to show up. This, whatever this is, knows the strength of your independence at its core. And they're terrified you will exit it. Whatever this is, I'm not doing a they. I am this fucking close, Libra, to saying they or them. And I'm trying not to do that because I see the poor influence on you. I am holding you responsible for how you view yourself in it, how you participate in it. And you say, if I don't acknowledge it, I'll be fine. Whatever this is that keeps you attached would have you go low. I would have you rise above it the way you intended for yourself, because this is the only time I see you complete and not fragmented. But this, the devil, this blind spot here, would have you doubt yourself, say you can't. But hey, it completely relies upon you to carry this structure that's completely unstable. You're used to holding on to it out of command, possibly out of fear, and you built yourself up so strong. That way one day you can confront it. Well, guess what, baby? One day has come and gone, but you can still have one. As the lessons you need to learn, nothing should be this hard. Nothing. 10 of Wands twice over that 10 of Pentacles. Don't get me wrong, guys. You've heard me say it. 10 of Pentacles takes work to create. The hard part is maintenance. Creating it is easy by comparison. Maintenance is the real gig. That's the real work. The stability, the loyalty, the dedication to show up to this every day to make sure it's at its highest functioning state. Without you, it would be unstable. And who feels that? You do. You pay the price for holding on to an unstable structure. 10 of Wands twice, guys, is not a coincidence. We should have learned this lesson by now. If you have to prop something up that much, then it's not stable. It might be stability for whatever this is, but it's not to you. You're the one who has the point of view that should know better. Anything that requires that much blood, sweat, and tears can't possibly be stable, never mind maintained. But there's that Four of Pentacles. There's that Four of Pentacles. If it weren't for that, I could be free of this. But it's my responsibility. Who says? You or this thing that's attached to you? Because it looks like it's me. To me, you're the one literally carrying the weight. So whose responsibility is it to put that bundle down? Yours or that thing that keeps breathing down your neck? I want you to see you. What are you doing? You turned a blind eye to your effort. If I don't acknowledge it, I don't have to deal with it. If I don't have to acknowledge it, I don't have to deal with it. I'll just be the best person I can be in this dynamic. Do you see? This is highly unstable and unproductive. This is a lesson you need to learn before you can move forward. You should not be made to carry that much weight, ever. Never mind be asked to. And the thing is, they're not asking, they're demanding. And you allow it. It runs contrary to your principles of independence and knowing who you are. You're lovely. Why don't you give yourself that same courtesy? It's what you meant to do. I know you wanted to be free of this. I know you did. What do you think all that buildup was for? Let's see that Five of Pentacles. You're carrying the burden of way too many things, and you don't seem to like any of it. Oh dear. Libra, 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 honey. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The Emperor, the Star, the Three of Wands. Okay. Okay. At some point on your timeline, I do see you in a stronger position of empowerment. You have a star in you that you would like to achieve, and you cannot in this dynamic say it for what it is. You have a hope, a dream, and a vision, and it's not this. You look forward to it. out on the horizon. But it will require breakage from this. This is not what you had envisioned for yourself. This was never your long-term goal, whatever the hell this is. Carrying the weight of many. It's an impossible situation that you keep trying to carry. It's an impossible situation that you keep trying to carry. Someone asked you to, and they have no business asking that, and they don't even see their level of contribution, so I don't know where they get off asking you to maintain that level of burden. And you're grunting it all. Well, this is what I asked for. No, it's not. If you were truly growing into a state of independence where you had the strength to understand that breakage from this is correct, you're headed in that direction. You can't see it yet, and I don't blame you. You don't have much space to see anything. I feel like I'm looking at one of those, yes, bad things do happen to good people, but good things also happen to good people. But you have to know that you're good people. And that you're worth it. You're worth the confrontation. You're worth recognizing that this is an unstable situation. You are worth recognizing that you don't particularly care for this, and never mind be contributing to it. In fact, you probably meant to leave it a long time ago. Let's be real. You said it, and I'm not taking it back. You probably meant to leave this or wanted to leave this a long time ago. And the more independent you became, the stronger you became, the more that fear tightened surrounding you. It's like you're afraid of your own potential. Now that you've gotten this far, I'm fine, I can keep carrying all this. No. You used all this beautiful energy that you put into yourself against yourself, and that's not cool. That's the definition of not cool. So, you want a vision to hold out for in the future. Empowerment. It's going to require breakage with this. This is your true strength. Look towards your true star. I don't know what that is. I also know that you have an unused support system here. You're saying that's another subject for another day. I disagree with you. I think actually this person could help, whomever this is. Let's call it an ally. You're saying you don't know how to work with that yet. And if you ever get the chance to, you want to be able to put more of yourself into it. I respect that. I do. But I do think this person could help you sooner rather than later. This is someone who's used to operating under their own particular system. And it's a good reflection for you. Okay? This is that person that says, hey man, you've been clocking hours at the gym. You've been clocking miles on the road. Get your shit. Get in the car. We're going to competition. I don't give a shit what you say. You can do it. That's what that person is. Whereas this one's like, no. I don't know why you're doing all that. It has nothing to do with the foundation. Maybe you just shut up and get back to work. Don't try to exert yourself. Just keep being the donkey. It's donkey energy. You just keep being it. Are you a donkey? Or are you that person that works on themselves and now it's time to show up? And you need somebody who's going to... You need that influence. There's an influence here that says, you're going to the start line. Come hell or high water. I'm not letting you do all that work for nothing. You're going. Get your shit. We're going. That's what that is. There's a good influence in here. And you know them. You know them. They're part of your soul tribe. They can help you with this. I want you to get over here, though. This is the real key. I want you to get over here. And the lessons you need to learn before you proceed Don't try to stabilize an unstable situation. And the more you have to act like nothing's wrong, the opposite is true. It's always the case. The more we have to act blind, I refuse to see that. That's not a problem. I refuse to acknowledge that. The opposite's always true. The shit that makes us uncomfortable, don't think about that. That's the first thing we need to do, is turn around and take a look at it. Libra. Libra. I don't like it. If I was there with you watching this, and you resonated with this, and you started feeling the hitches in your heart and in your breathing and in your chest because of the anxiety, because Libra, I'm looking at you got well versed in denying this as being a problem. Okay. I would be there to hold your hand and be like, honey, this is true. Let's do something about it. You have done so much work on your own individual self, but you don't seem to see how it applies to this other thing in your life. And it's a substantial thing. One absolutely relates to the other. They are not separate ideas. I know you built yourself up. I'm calling it for like it is. I know you built yourself up, so eventually you could separate yourself from this, but somewhere you got lost in translation. You forgot the goal. You forgot the end game. You forgot why you made yourself strong. It was to defy the face of this, not get further immersed in it. Number 8, you heal by releasing, not suppressing. Thank you. Right there. Number 32, when peace is your priority, negativity cannot exist. You made competence your priority. You made mental strength your priority. You made your sense of experience priority. And patience. But you did not extend it into the area that mattered the most. You are the image maker. What you focus on manifests. You did not manifest the end game of this strongly enough. You saw the start line, but you didn't see the finish line, or you lost sight of the finish line. I'm big on sports analogy because I understand sports. Not sports specifically, but the concept of self-discipline. This I understand. Okay. The dedication it takes to regulate oneself, your physical form, your mental form, your emotional form, all the strength it takes to do it. This is the things I understand. Okay, and when I see someone else do it, I recognize the patterns. I see it, I get it. In a place of recovery. Okay. Recovery. Recovery. Romance. Take action. Well, now. Not sure where the romance comes in. Whatever the situation is, perhaps once represented a place of romance for you. A place of emotional strength, love, romance, vulnerability. And we've always wanted to recover in it. To take action in it. I just don't see it that way. I see this more as when you're over here and you've accepted the breakage for what it is and keep trying to keep it together when you know you don't want to anymore. That's when you show levels of recovery and interest in other things outside of this. Things that are actually powerful and good for you. And that's when you start taking action and the hesitation stops. And that might be, for some of you, a new love interest. Absolutely. Okay? Leave the past behind. Easier said than done. I know. Last quarter moon in Capricorn. Capricorn season is upon us in a couple of days. Actually, by the time yours comes out, we will be in Capricorn season. Hopefully, we will have more insight on these particular subjects. Full moon in Libra, find a balance. I want you to understand where and how you are honoring yourself, if at all. There's what you intended, which is one side of your scale, which is very high. And there's what you intended for yourself. And then there's what you intended for the situation. And then somehow we didn't equalize those things. One stays low, the other stays high, and you have no sense of balance in between of what's doing what's right for you and to level out the situation. And by that I mean exit it. Okay. That's enough? Oh, okay. And focus on the positive. See, bless you. I know you have some strong Sag in your chart. I saw that over here. Focus on the positive. I know that. You show yourself positivity and mental strength and compassion, patience. You know the situation's not right for you. Your participation in it, however you give to it, carrying that level of responsibility for a very, very shaky foundation. One that you don't even particularly care for so much. But it's almost like you're saying, I can't dare say that. Honey, what do you think this was all leading up to? Trust me, if I was your friend, I'd be dragging your ass, kicking and screaming to that competition. Do it. This is why we're here. This was all that work was for. Oh, honey. When you coach people, I'm either your best friend or I'm your worst fucking nightmare. You know, I would be dragging your ass to competition, and I would make you, you know. I don't accept quitsies. You've done too much work to not do what you intended to do with all this. What did you think you were building up to, honey? I don't know what it is about the situation that intimidates you. It says you can't do it. Yes, you can. I do hope this helps you. Assuming you understand and accept the fact that this is an unstable situation, you part ways with it. That's when your energy finally, not only does it feel fully empowered, it actually feels like it has a reason to hope again. I don't think you understand how powerful you are. I know you don't. It's your doubts, your shadows, your fears and insecurities that keep you in check. And that thing that wants you to stay in place, do you think it's going to give you reward? Verbal rewards? Libra, you're doing such a good job building yourself up to leave me. Keep doing that. No. It's invested that you stay where you are, so why would you get any positive feedback from it? If you're waiting around hoping to get permission from this thing, the devil is not interested in giving you positive permission. It's invested in keeping your worst fears in check. So when I tell you that's a hell of a blind spot, it is. This will have to be done under your own action. I hope I see progress for you next time I check in. I'm not sure who I'm speaking with today. The energy feels very different from what I'm used to seeing for you. That's okay. I like difference. It stirs the pot a little bit, tells me I have new energies to work with. You remember that. What would your real friend, your real best friend tell you? Well, you know what? You better strap in because you're going. I'm not letting you do all that for waste. Not if you roll with me. No. You've come too far. I will not let you fail. Whereas this would have you fail. Don't let it win. Okay. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.